It's New Year's Day, and one of the foods we must have on our dinner table is black-eyed peas with a little cornbread and collard greens on the side. So in this video, I'm showing you how easy it is to make black-eyed peas in the Instant Pot. But before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, I'm Denise Jordan, and I teach women how to make and keep a home. So if you want to learn more about running a household, hit that subscribe button and double tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Okay, let's jump into it. One of the foods that so many families have on their New Year's Day table is black-eyed peas. So many different cultures, but the food is the same. It may be fixed a little bit differently, but it's still black-eyed peas. And I'm going to cook mine up today Southern style. So let me show you what we're going to need. You're going to need 6 cups of chicken broth, and I am actually using turkey broth because I made turkey bone broth from my leftover turkey carcass. And I'll link that video above so that you can check that out just in case you're interested. You're also going to need some black-eyed peas, and I've got 2 12-ounce bags of frozen black-eyed peas. And frozen black-eyed peas are the equivalent of peas that have been soaked overnight, so they're already somewhat swollen and soft. You're going to need some ham hocks, and I've got about a pound of ham hocks, 3 nice sized ham hocks. I've got 4 strips of bacon, and I'm going to saute my vegetables in my bacon. And then I've got 1 carrot, and I chopped it up quite a bit because the carrots, I just love carrots in so many foods and so many soups, and it'll add just a hint of flavor, a tad bit of sweetness, and certainly a lot of color. 1 small onion nicely chopped up. 2 stalks of celery nicely chopped up. 2 small red and yellow peppers, and again they will add flavor as well as color. About a tablespoon of sugar, just to give that little bit of flavor and just to kind of cut the edge off of any bitterness that might be anywhere. And then about 4 cloves of garlic finely chopped. And then this little seasoning mix here, this Sazon Goya seasoning mix, is something I've not used before. My sister swears by it. She said it adds a lot of flavor, and that's why I happen to have some here in the house. She was here and she cooked something and she left it here. She said it adds a wonderful flavor, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I also saw that Gina Young from In the Kitchen with Gina Young loves this seasoning packet as well. So I'm going to use some of this and we'll see how it works out. A little bit of kosher salt, some cracked black pepper, and then I'm also going to use this Essen House chicken base. I don't use chicken bouillon very much anymore. I'll just use a teaspoon of this chicken base, put it in a cup of water, and then I've got that rich chicken broth flavor. So I'm not going to use the bouillon, I'm going to use that instead. So what I'm going to do next is cut up the bacon, and I'm going to drop it in the Instant Pot, and I will cook it on the saute cycle. And then once it has sauteed nicely, I will add the vegetables and let them saute in that just a bit, and then we'll add everything else. So let's get that started. And black-eyed peas is just such a tradition in so many households for New Year's Day. It's supposed to bring in good luck. And when I was a little girl, I always remember my mom made black-eyed peas on New Year's Day. She also made some other things too, but the black-eyed peas are the most memorable. And it's something that we might also have at other times throughout the year. So let's get this Instant Pot plugged in. And it gave me a little beep to let me know it's on, but it says off, but that it's working. And I'm going to press the saute button, and I'll let that heat up, and then I'll just drop my bacon in. So you can see that it's on now. And this bacon will just add a nice little layer of flavor. And I tell you what, I had thought about cooking these black-eyed peas with smoked turkey legs. And I mentioned that to my husband, and he thought, you know, ham hocks once a year is not too bad. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go old school, and we're going to do the ham hocks for this particular meal. But other times of the year, I'll do smoked turkey legs instead of the ham hocks as I try to cut the fat. And while the bacon is beginning to saute, I'll go ahead and prep these ham hocks. I like to cut them in half or into thirds so that when they cook, they'll cook just that much easier. They are smoked and partially cooked, so they shouldn't take too long. But I just like to give them a little head start by cutting some of the meat off of the bone. It's not easy to cut these apart, but as they cook, they'll tenderize and the meat will just fall off the bone. And I love ham hock meat. So, got those trimmed up as much as possible. Now this bacon has cooked up nicely. And you can see all the different little pieces that are caramelized on the bottom. So let's go ahead now and add in our carrots, our onions, our red and yellow peppers, our garlic, and let's give those a stir. We'll get them sauteing. That is smelling so aromatic. And let me just say while I'm sauteing these vegetables that I'm not going to add a lot of salt to this dish because there is salt in the bacon. That bacon was smelling so good I had to sneak a little piece and eat it while it was sauteing. And then since I'm using my own broth, which I recovered from some of my turkey drippings, there's also flavor in that. So I'm really going to limit how much salt I add. I can always add some at the end if I need it, but I can't take it out once it's in. Now I'm going to add in just a little bit, about a half a pack of this Goya seasoning. Since I haven't tried it before, I didn't want to get overzealous with it. And we'll see how it works out. Now I can add my black-eyed peas, my 6 quarts of chicken broth, or shall I say turkey broth. Now one thing to keep in mind when you're cooking with the Instant Pot is that there is a line in here that is the maximum capacity and you don't want to fill past that. And right now I'm at about half full, so I'm good. Now I'm going to add my ham hocks and I want to make sure they're submerged in the broth. Going to push them down to make sure they're at the bottom of the pot and submerged in the broth. And if I didn't say it earlier, I did not add the celery. I'm so used to cutting up celery when I'm cooking, but I didn't put any celery in this. Now I'm going to add that tablespoon of sugar. The other thing I'm going to add is a teaspoon of this House chicken base. And it gives a beautiful flavor. And so rather than use bouillon cubes, I use this. And you just dilute it. 1 teaspoon in 1 cup of boiling water will do the trick. It gives you the same, I guess, amount of flavor or a little more as you get with the bouillon cube, but you don't get all the salt. And since I've already got 6 quarts of water in here, I'm good with that. And I'm going to add just a little cracked black pepper. Not too much. A dash of red pepper flakes. 2 dashes. Not too much because I don't like it hot. Give that a little stir. Now I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to set it to sealing. And then I'm going to turn it off. So now that it's set to off, I'm going to turn it back on again, but I'm going to press the bean and chili cycle. And that's going to cause it to cook for about 30 minutes. So I set it to off, and then it did its little thing and cycled to on. You heard it beep when it was on. And then I set it to the bean and chili cycle, and that's going to cause it to cook for about 30 minutes. And according to the Instant Pot website, it takes about 25 to 30 minutes to cook beans, and it takes about 25 to 30 minutes to cook ham hocks. So this is going to cook for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to let it cycle down, release the pressure on its own. I'm not going to do the quick release. I'm going to let it do its thing on its own. And then once it's done, I'll check to see how done it is. And then if I'm pleased with how done it is, if I want it to be a little bit thicker, because I like to have a little bit of thickness, a little bit of black eyed pea gravy in mine, then I might just let it sit on simmer for a little bit longer, but we'll see. Right now, I'm going to let it do its thing, and I'll bring you back when it's done cooking for about 30 minutes. So my beans have stopped cooking. You can see here it is counted down to 42 seconds, and my little knob here on the Instant Pot is up. And I'll turn it to venting, and there's no steam left to come out. So let's get our pot opened up. And then whenever you open the Instant Pot, you always want to make sure you hold the lid away from you so the steam blows away and not in your face. And look at that. Just look at that. The meat is falling off the bone. All that rich color, and then look at the different colors made by the peppers and the onions and the peas. Oh, it just looks so delicious. Let's give this a taste. It's good. It's got great flavor. Great flavor. This is going to be great over a bed of rice. Now let's just dip up a little bit of it so you can see what it looks like. Good enough to make you want to smack your mama. The peas are nice and soft. It's got so much rich flavor. That chicken base, my own homemade turkey bone broth, and then the ham hocks and the bacon. Let me dish this up. My husband is hungry and he needs to get lunch before he goes to work. I had to hurry and plate up this man's food, and he likes his black eyed peas on a bed of rice. So I put the rice on the plate, put the peas on top of the rice, and then just spoon just a little bit of the broth on the top of that. So in addition to the black eyed peas, he had cornbread with collard greens, and he'd also fried some fish. Now some people like to put the rice in their black eyed pea soup, kind of like a Hoppin' John. Just look at that. And I tell you what, this flavor, I absolutely love the way these black eyed peas turned out. They were so flavorful and absolutely delicious. My husband loved them. He went to work today with a smile on his face. So try it for your family. I'm sure they will like it as much as my hubby did. And if you like this video, check out my best shepherd's pie. It is absolutely amazing, and it is one of those cozy up comfort foods that is perfect for a winter day. And let me take this opportunity to wish you a very happy new year. I pray that you receive all the blessings, all the goodness that God has in store for you and your family. And just so you know, I've raised 3 children. I've managed a home for more than 45 years, and I am a nurse by profession. So if you want to learn more about making and keeping a home, subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of the TNT community. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying goodbye. Happy New Year!